Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Gray Man Prepping. All righty. How's everybody doing there? I feel like him.
I had to change my name.
Christmas Trash Panda. All right, so let's see. All right, so you were the first one in asking me to drop the link. And then Mountain Survival came in. And Caitlin Strain came in. Aiden Near's here. Shady Hill Homestead. Oh, Anna Two's here. And yeah, it's oh, let's see. Let me get rid of something from over here. There, gone. So get the news. There it is. All right. Today, well, last night, my daughter started wrapping all the presents over here for her kids and asked, "Can I leave them over there?" Because they'll get up in the middle of the night in there and they'll terrorize everything, tear all the presents apart, trying to figure out who's, and steal each other's presents. So yeah, we left them over here. I forgot to take a picture. My wife made this beautiful quilt wall hanging that's about 8 feet tall and 6 foot wide, and it's quilt patchwork. It's a Christmas tree, and then I had a fabric down there patched in for red. That's a skirt around a Christmas tree, and then she made from scratch, taking our G-scale trains and measuring and cutting out a steam engine and 2 passenger cars behind it that look like it's riding around the tree on the skirt, like we used to do back when our kids were little. So we just piled all the presents up underneath the quilt tree. I went and dug out and got out the a Santa and Mrs. Claus that are about 24-inch high animated animatronic ones that move and stuff and everything else. Set those up there, turned them on, put some LED lights on them. And she brought out this other little wooden train, old-fashioned type toy from back in the 30s or 20s, and we put that in front of all the presents. And so I think it was about 6:30. One or two were over ringing our doorbell because they got up and there's no presents under their tree.
Should have left some coal over there.
If I had some, I would have.
Charcoal, burnt wood chunks, whatever.
Yeah. And so we put, so she, when they were ringing the doorbell, she walked them back across the street home and, put them in the house and said, "Nope, you guys can't come over until after you guys have breakfast here." I guess that's about shortly after that, my daughter got up and then made several trays of cinnamon rolls. And they had cinnamon rolls and something else. I can't remember what it was. And then about an hour or so later, they all came over. And so, the first, Eli went straight to his table where he does all his artwork and stuff. He's the one with autism. And he wasn't interested in the presents right there. He just wanted to go over and sit down at his chair where he sits at whenever he comes over to Grandpa's house. That's his throne. And he was there. And number 2, Aiden comes over and he sees the present, starts to run to it. Right in the hair. Nope, you walked him out, put him on the other side of the exercise bike. You wait out there. I got all the boys lined up out there. And then we started handing out presents. One for you. This is yours. This is yours. This is yours. And then wait. They open it up and stuff. Oh, where's our next one? Well, you got to put the trash in the box over there. And then I went and got them 4 boxes for all the boys to put their their presents in to keep them separated. And then each got one more present. And they went through and got those. And Eli came over finally and saw presents being unwrapped. And he opened up a couple. He still has one in there he hasn't opened up yet.
Why?
It's too much new stuff. He waited probably until about 3:00 to open up his second to last present, which was some slime stuff, jelly type stuff that he likes playing with. And so he got a 6-pack of those, but he only opened up one of them, played with it for quite a while. But before they got their presents, each got their stockings that we made for them. They got stockings over there, but we made stockings for them here. Got colored pencils. They got sidewalk chalk, and they got these little balls that you bounce them. They start doing lights inside of them, and they got glitter going around and stuff. And then they got their presents.
See, when I grew up, the stockings were last. They stayed hanging until everything was done. And we already knew that there was at least an orange and apple, a whole bunch of walnuts and filberts and stuff in there at the bottom, because that's what Mom did. That was a thing. And they went back in the fruit bowl and nut bowl. But there was always cool little things in there, Matchbox cars and
yes,
candy canes, and just little tiny toys that were just
Hershey
really
Kisses.
cool. And we always look forward to those.
Hershey, a lot of Hershey Kisses down in the bottom.
No, I never got the chocolate. It was, no.
Well,
Chocolate
see,
was not a thing. We got a can. There was always a candy cane hanging on it. When I was never really a candy cane fan, but I'd eat it because it was sugar.
yeah. Well, see, we making sure ours were all hung up the night before, and we woke up in the morning. Guess what was on our pillow next to our head?
Yeah, a present.
Our stocking.
Oh, see, we always had individual, like me and my sister had a mini Christmas tree in our room. We had little lights on it and stuff. And in the morning, we'd wake up. There was a present there. That was, here's your present. Stay in your room for at least another hour so Mom and Dad could get some sleep. And we did. We'd play with Dad. Of course, we'd quietly sneak out and look at the pile under the tree or whatever. And my sister would be there. We'd be like, shh, don't wake Mommy and Daddy up. And then we go back to her room, my room, whatever, and play with our toys or go in the kitchen and get a bowl of cereal or something.
Yeah.
And wait for Mom and Dad to wake up so we could, because, the respect thing was there.
Yeah, my two brothers and I shared one bedroom when we were real little, and my sister shared a room with my grandmother, but she was 10 years older than me. So, I mean, she knew what was going on, and she was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And, but, so here they got their stockings over there. I froze. They got their stockings over there. They came over here, and Grammy and Grandpa had stockings for them with a half dozen colored pencils, and the 4 or 5 things of big old sidewalk chalk, and the ball in there, and so they got those, and they opened up their presents, and between each present, it was like, pick up the papers, put it in the box. And they all 4 of them got from their mom a about this big metal car. The hood opened, the trunks opened, not very much, but they just opened just a little bit, not as wide as they do in reality, and the doors would open, and they were heavy duty ones with open up. You got a detailed engine in there. You open the trunk. You got the spare tire and stuff in it. So they got one each different colors. There's a one got a Porsche, one got a Shelby Cobra Mustang, one got a Chevy Corvette Stingray. And I forget what the other one got.
Ford Pinto with flames on it.
No, these were quote classic cars, Hey, Vanessa Kitty. And so, they got those, and those were the first things they wanted to have opened up to play with, of course. And I had to go get they were in a big plastic, like a cart, like you see on trains where they stack the lumber in. It's got the sides on it. Well,
Yep.
it was in that, and it had 2 screws in the bottom to keep the car steady. So I had to go take those out. But they went and got all the rest of their stuff. And they got some Duplo blocks, and then some Duplo / Brio train connectors. So basically, it was a little thing that you put the mail in on the one side of the connector, and it had a mail, and then on the other end it had a mail that would go into the wood track, and it would support the wood track. It would raise it up off the floor, but you put a Duplo block under it. Now it's up that far, and we put a half block under it or whatever, and yeah. So they had those, but they didn't play. They didn't want to play with those. Once they were gone, Eli wanted to play with those, and he built a nice little ramp. He likes running the trains down there. But yeah, that's what they did. But so that was our Christmas stuff.
That was your Christmas what?
That was our Christmas stuff going on. Once their mom and dad went home, about an hour later, I want to go home. And you can't take your stuff home. You got to go home and clean up the mess you guys made that you were supposed to clean up last night to keep the house clean. So they had to go clean house. And so Danny was back and forth several times. And he, once they had the house cleaned, and they all came over. Our dad said we can take our boxes home. So they took their boxes home. And after that, they spent more time over at home than they did over here. But Eli stayed here because they were getting rowdy, and Eli can't deal with the noise. It's one of the autism things. So he stayed here while they were gone. Took the Brio and the Duplos, made a nice ramp on it. Was running a train engine down it. Go pick it up, run it down it, and some other stuff like that. But yeah, it was that's how it went for the most part. But last night we pulled out some of or yesterday afternoon we pulled out some of the regular Legos to get the boys to play with, because they were spending time over here before dinner time. And so we pulled out the ancient Legos.
The little ones.
Original
the real Legos.
The original gray block, and the original clear plastic blocks for windows that you couldn't see through. And they were making stuff out of that. But yeah, so there was a lot of stuff going on today. And then finally Chris had to take Eli for a drive to calm him down because he was getting frustrated with things. He was trying to do things and he couldn't quite get it going. So she took him for a drive around, looked at all the Christmas lights out. And he finally went home at, it was about 7 o'clock, 5 after 7, he went home, maybe quarter after. And yeah. Well, and the kids, the three younger boys wanted to spend the night. Well, you got to go ask Grammy. And Grammy says, I don't know. Well, when I talked to Chris later on, I go, I don't remember them asking me anything about spending the night. Play the game. And when they were home, the last time they were home, they were asking, Dad, can we go spend the night? He didn't ask him, did you get permission? And he goes, sure, come over here. And they started tearing stuff up. It's like, go home. Oh, we can spend the night. You didn't ask Grammy for permission. She didn't give you permission to spend the night. Yeah.
Play the game.
I'll be over here tomorrow.
I have the ultimate serious adult Christmas question for you, Gil.
How
old were you when you found out there was no Santa Claus?
What do you mean there's no Santa Claus? I've worked with him. I've worked with him for almost 2,000 years.
Oh, that's right. You were around since Christ. Anyway.
Hey, I showed Noah how to tread water.
You're the one who built the cross. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
No. I was the one that was sent to Asia at the time, and so I couldn't be there. Yeah.
All right, so you won't answer that question.
No.
Kids might watch.
Seriously,
I remember mine, so
I'm not sure. It was 8, 10.
Yeah, I think I was like,
because back then everybody still believed in Santa Claus for years later.
Right.
And those that said there's no Santa Claus usually got beat up at school by all the rest of the boys and girls.
Oh yeah, you didn't say anything. You just kind of knew.
Yeah, so when the boy, there's no Santa Claus, all of a sudden the bully's being beat up by 20 kids.
Yeah, exactly. I remember we lived in Maine. I think I was 6 or 7 because we moved there in 70. I was 5 years old. We left in 74. So between 5 and 4.5 and 8.5 or something like that. And I think I was like 6 or 7. And I remember going to my parents' room for something. I don't remember what. And I happened to see something sticking out from under their bed. And I remember distinctly it was, you remember the little gas-powered tether cars, like the dune buggies and the dragsters from Cox, C-O-X. So I remember seeing a dragster. And I'm like, what? What is that? And then, yep, a week later, it was under the tree from Santa Claus. And I kind of knew. And I kind of told my sister. And, of course, she deliberately told my mom and dad. And they played along for a while. And I think somebody asked me at some point, they're like, do you believe? I was like, well, not really. But, it's fun. And, but mom always gave us a box of crayons every year from Santa Claus until I was like 19 years old. So,
So I got 2, 4, 6. I got 8 news things to go over real quick here. Some of them are totally stupid. Well, the people in the headlines are totally stupid.
It's the news. It's all stupid.
Yeah. The headline one: dinosaur theme park coming to Northern California. Oh, geez, they're doing Jurassic Park.
But wait, are they gonna charge them carbon tax because they died and created oil and yeah.
Anyways, I'm thinking, but the thing is, so all the companies that are being in amusement parks are being chased out of California through taxes and stuff. Somebody thinks they're going to open up a successful dinosaur theme park in Northern California. Not Southern California might have a chance. Northern California. Next one here. New flu variant raises concern about bad flu season ahead.
Of course it does.
Decline in California. It declines every year at this time.
Of course it does.
You just had Halloween,
Thanksgiving,
followed by Thanksgiving, and kids are bringing everything home from school because they met relatives from other parts of the country and were exposed to stuff they weren't exposed to before.
Yep. Now it's cold out. Now we're all inside and staying inside and seeing people inside, and that's how it works. And that's how you get immunity. But who am I to talk? I'm not a doctor.
So the next one here is, and this one, this is a stupid person. Is the key one on this? One dead as atmospheric river brings flooding, mudslides, and up to 6 feet of snow to Northern California. In the article, there were like 12 people that they mentioned that were out flooded and washed off the road because the rivers rose above the road. Oh, I can just drive through it. And one died.
I got 4-wheel drive ABS and 8,000 computers running my car. I'm fine.
Yeah. But and it's still going on. In fact, hang on, look at it because I got it up over here. the last since all right tonight. So Wednesday night, today, and tonight, Northern California is experiencing severe thunderstorms
Yeah, more flooding, more mudslides. Yeah.
with 100% chance of rain.
Really?
Yes. So yeah, and and I expect to see tomorrow more people driving off, coming back from visiting relatives, being washed away, and thinking, "Oh, I can drive through there." Okay. Yeah. So, here's another idiot along the same line. Car crashes into power pole and shuts down a major road in Napa County all day. And power pole, after hitting power pole, winery damaged because they took out all the power to the winery and do whatever else they had to do. Something was damaged at the winery. Oh, going from the leftist news to the rightist news. Epic Newsroom. U.S. issues new travel warnings
Oh, don't travel because you might get the flu.
to two Middle East nations, Yemen and what's the other one?
Minnesota? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, it's not giving me the other one here. I got to go into it. So real quick, go into it.
Minnesota.
Yemen. Americans in Yemen have been targeted by Houthi, Houthi.
Houthi, yeah.
Terrorists, just because they're American citizens, the State Department warned. And the other one was, where's the other country? They're just talking about Yemen. Sana, S-A-N-A.
Sanaa, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the capital.
Podunk country with nothing but terrorists running it, no real government and no money.
Yeah. So this, most of them are still talking about Yemen. They're not saying what the other one, because that was the capital city of Yemen, I guess.
Yeah, I was planning on vacationing over there. They have great dumpsters and lots of food I can root through.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not naming this. I'm looking, still not naming it. Keep talking Yemen. Talk about the
Somalia?
No, not Somalia.
Not a country either.
Al Qaeda's acting up in the Arabian Peninsula. But also Syria and Iraq.
Yeah, they're top of my list of places to go on vacation.
Yeah. But yeah. So all right. So no traveling to
Middle East.
To the Middle East, yeah. So a military code breaker ties the Zodiac killer to the Black Dahlia murderer.
Wait, what?
Back in the 70s,
yeah,
the Zodiac killer and the Black Dahlia killer, a military code breaker has all the clues that they were leaving around, and no one could crack. He finally cracked it, and they're supposed to be naming the suspect,
who's been dead for 25 years, but okay,
probably
already in prison for like armed robbery.
Yeah. So, they do name the suspect. Yeah, the trouble is the alleged suspect, Marvin Merle, aka Marvin Marglos, is dead and resting in the Riverside National Cemetery. Yeah, you're right. He was dead. All right. Thousands are left without power in the San Francisco Bay Area amid the storm. Most of them are on the coast. I was looking at the map here. Actually, let me bring up the map just so you can see the craziness going on here. Hang on here.
Is it like a map of the United States all red?
PG and E outage map. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. Come on.
Oh yeah, I saw something that a bunch of counties in California were like without power for like a day or two.
All right, so here we go. I don't need to do that. So,
holy crap!
Yeah. So the green dots are like little, 1 to 49 people without power. The yellow diamonds are 50 to 499. The orange squares are 500 to 4,999.
Holy
The
crap!
red diamonds are 5,000 plus. So we got a red diamond here, and
Lots of orange squares everywhere.
yeah. So down in Oakland, down here, red block. That's over 5,000 people without power.
Mm.
Yeah.
From what? From the storms?
From the storms, yeah.
Just rain or wind, obviously.
Both. You have some substations, some underground transformers flooded out. You have power lines coming down. You have, rain and crap causing stuff. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. And then the last one here is, I'm like, duh, idiot. That's like it is every major holiday. It's congested roads, long airport wait times predicted for California holiday travel.
Really? Who knew? It must be unprecedented. This is the first holiday ever.
Yeah. and with the winds and rains, it's going to be worse. We're going to have San Francisco not be able to have all the planes land and take off because the runways are so wet. Same thing for Oakland and San Jose and Sacramento airports. I can tell you is the rain falling in Oakland at the airport has fallen harder back in 2010, 2011. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Yeah. That's all the news out there, but yeah, there's tomorrow is going to be interesting at certain stores.
Why?
As Walmart, Target, the others are
Black Friday sale or something.
Yeah, the Friday slash sale, so they don't have to pack the stuff up and think they're slashing prices on stuff, so they don't have to pack it up. So if you want to get a new Christmas tree for next year, tomorrow's the day to do it.
So I have a fun story about 7 years ago. I was working in Northern Virginia, and there was a Lowe's there, brand new one, and I needed some screws to put up some whiteboard on the wall in my daughter's room. So I stopped in to get screws, and of course I always walk around after the holiday, and I see this. They use the cinder blocks to make shelving inside the store. And there was a sign on it. It said 75% off, and I'll never forget, 75% off the lowest marked price. And I was like, huh. So I walk over, and there's a Cobalt toolbox that was marked down from $245 to like $60. And I'm like, okay. So I grabbed a manager. I was like, what does this sign mean? He said, it's 75% off the lowest mark price. I said, so the lowest mark price in this toolbox is $75. Does that mean 75% off of that? He said, yes. I questioned him 3 times. I said, are you sure? He's like, absolutely. That's why we hung the sign here. I was like, seriously, 75% off of the already marked down price to $75. I said, makes it, and I did the math. I said, and he's like, yes. I'm like, okay. I went in there for $2 worth of screws. I walked out of there with a shopping cart. I didn't go in there with a cart. I went and got a cart. I loaded up hardware stuff that was normally like $12. I was getting it from, then marked down again because of me for like pennies. I'm still looking at stuff on my wall. And, marked down to $253. I got 75% off a wire wheel brush. Still brand new. But I get online with the shopping cart. Cashiers, I looked right at the cashier. I said, this is going to be fun. And she rang the first thing up. It came back and, $2.53. I was like, 75% off of that. She said, no. I said, oh, yeah. Within 3 seconds, the manager comes walking over to me and says, are you done shopping? I said, yes, I am. He said, look, you questioned me 3 times. And and he admitted it. I specifically said 75% off, and you quoted prices, and I said yes. He said, here's how this is going to work. You're done shopping. I will agree to this. We sat there with a calculator for 45 minutes, calculating 75% off of the yellow sticker price. I walked out of there with, it was probably $300-400 worth of stuff for like $60. The poor cashier was crying. The guy who was standing next to me around this stuff, he was behind me in line. I looked at him. I was like, he was there. It was there was nobody there. I said, he was there too. He's like, I know. It's going to be a bad day for me tomorrow. I'm like, I'm really sorry. He's like, nope. I said it. I'm still looking at a tool I gave shit away. I called one of my fellow employees. I was like, are you home? He's like, yeah. I said, get your ass over to Lowe's. I don't have room in my car for this stuff. I have gifts for you. I gave him tools and stuff he needed. He's like, you're giving it to me? I was like, dude, I paid pennies for this stuff. Take it. So best for me ever was a manager's mistake, and he admitted to it and gave me the deal.
Yep.
And I still talk about it and think about it to this day, and I still have stuff around here with the yellow stickers on it hanging on my wall. But
yeah, you scored good on that.
It was a massive score, especially with the Cobalt toolbox. It was regular like $225. I got it for like $22 with the tools. Doesn't happen often.
Nope. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
hey, Grammy.
Eli, my oldest grandson's birthday is in February. And he is absolutely enthralled on Tubi with the old black and white Betty Boop cartoons. The animation is totally different than the modern animation. It's
stop motion, frame by frame.
It's engaging, and so they're showing season 1 of Betty Boop, which is 12 episodes, and he just absolutely loves it. And he plays it over and over and over again. So I found on Amazon. So I got it for $21. Well, $20.99. How many was it in here on? It's
7
40.
seasons.
40 episodes of Betty Boop. So that 50 cents an episode.
That's worth it.
Yeah, that was worth it. Because I mean, I'll be able to play that for a couple hours before he wants to watch it again. And but he right now, some of the songs and stuff she sings on and does stuff, he'll be sitting over there drawing. It's playing there. He looks over and watches it for a while, goes back to his drawing, and all of a sudden he'll start singing the song that she's singing. So he's doing the echo thing that Autistic does. And so yeah, these are all. This is the black and white stuff, and so this is it here. Let me see if I can click to see full view. So there are some colored in it, but most of it here is the black and white stuff. And so yeah, and those are you got all the 40 episodes here. That's yeah. So he's going to be a happy camper. But that's coming. That's supposed to be coming Wednesday. So he's going to get that for New Year's Eve.
Now keep him busy for a day or two.
Yeah. And one of the things we got the grandkids. Let me go bring this back up here. 48 pieces mini flashlights on a keychain.
They'll burn those out in 3 days. They'll forget to turn them off. They'll be dead.
Yeah. Eli, his favorite color is green. Aiden's is yellow. Oliver's is red, and Danny's is blue.
There you go.
It came perfect. Yeah. So yeah, this thing here was $16.
Holy crap, that's a lot of flashlights.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's
boom.
where you give them a couple each, and then when they burn out and they complain about it, you make them do you a favor and give them another one.
They got them. They got them in a
rack.
No, a lunch meat container. Like you go buy the sliced lunch meat from Hillshire Farms, whatever,
Right. Yeah.
And all their flashlights for each person fit in one of those. So I wrapped 4 of those, and they got that. But the other thing they got, which I talked about, was what the heck? That's not the one I got. Why is it showing that? That's not the one I. What the heck? Yeah, I got this thing here, which is nope, it's not showing it. I hate it when they do that. They
must be out of stock and redirected. Yeah.
Yeah. They changed. They already changed what it is from the another version was purchased. Yeah, and so they changed up what it is. So let me go back and see if I can find it. And there were several variants of it. I don't know if you can see the picture.
Yes.
Picture here. You got the different colored things.
It looks like Connect 4 checkers.
Yeah, and it's got the track down there, so you can run the Duplo. It's Duplo wooden track connector. Let me see. Fine. Let me cheat.
PLO.
Wood train track connectors. See what it brings up. Yeah. So this is what they got. Similar.
Yeah. Click on that. And right takes you to the bridge. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah. So it does that. So they can do bridges, or they can do it steep. They can do it shallow. It's got different angles and stuff. And
cool.
And it also has with this one doesn't have it. With the one they got does. If you have to, you can take the radio track and it has a stabilizer. You slide on one, put the other end, slide it back so it's locked in there. So you have two pieces of track that are held rigid, but the Duplo adapter is off on the end, so it gives you a little bit, so you don't have to put one every single one.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, that was that. Yeah, they got all sorts of them here, but they're not. I think this is what. Yeah, this is it here. This is one they got for $14. So, but that thing there is what locks in the middle and keeps the track up, so you don't have to use them. There it is, right there on the bottom right. How it hooks on there, so it keeps this stuff from coming apart when you're doing stuff. Hey, Grammy Karen. And so yeah, they got those, and just absolutely some fun stuff for them.
Yeah, you got to make this. I like what Kaylin just said. You need to make them like a 4-foot high Connect 4 with 2 different color 6-inch diameter wooden checkers.
They have a jumbo size Connect 4 already.
Do they really?
That 4 of them can play at one time.
Oh wow!
That's why it's so big, because it has the same size checkers.
Yeah, four different colors.
But it's bigger, and they can do. Yeah. Go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. But yeah, I actually, what they're using right now, I've made some straight pieces of track that are like 2 foot long instead of those little 9-inch ones.
Oh, for the
that they love using those.
Yeah.
And I've made some curves, but after dealing with this thing here, trying to set it up, I'm going to make some curve pieces that are they got the standard curve they have, and then they have a real tighter one. Well, I'm going to make one that has a longer piece on it, but still takes 8 pieces to make the circle, but the circle is going to be 50% larger. So because right now when they line all the trains up and they pull them around the standard curve, guess what happens?
They all fall over.
They all fall over because it's too tight of a curve. Right. And with a tight one, they can only pull like 4 or 5 cars before they start derailing. But yeah, so that's one of the things we're going to be. I'm going to be working on. I got my jigs and stuff when I made the other ones. Finally got them out in the shop on my new work table, and I just got to start doing the math and make it out so it's bigger. Because basically what I have is I have a table I set up. I set the wood in it, and I have a router set on some plexiglass, and I got holes drilled in pins. So I set it for the inside track. I set it for the outside track.
There you go.
And it's done. But Lowe's is having.
No, I asked that question. Diggs asked. He's like, "Hey, I got some Craftsman tools. I need batteries." I was like, "Oh, Lowe's is having sale on 20-volt batteries. Not that I need anymore, but if they got the 4-amp batteries on sale again, oh yeah, I'll always go buy a couple more. I got like 20 of them." But I have a lot of tools and lots of inverters and things. I use them all the time.
Yeah. I need to check on something here now because, as you reminded me this here, so I'll let everybody know. So, F 18.2 at the end. All right. So, I don't see anything jump. So I'll show you what I'm looking at. I have a bunch of the Craftsman 19.2 volt C3 tools.
Oh, those are the older ones.
Yeah, and they work fine.
Oh yeah, but you can't use the 20 volts. A totally different battery.
Right. So
although supposedly the stuff from Harbor Freight, there's an adapter and they fit for the stuff that Harbor Freight makes for their corders, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not looking into that because I have no issues with my 20-volt batteries from Craftsman.
Yeah. So yeah, so I have several of these. One in the middle here. I love the button on it. Tells you what how it's charged up. These are aftermarket ones. These are 6,000 milliamp batteries instead of 2,000.
Yeah, apparently Craftsman makes, because I got the standard 2 amp that come with most everything.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of the 4 amp ones. They make a 9 amp battery, but they don't have it on at the store usually. And there's also a 15 amp, some big ass battery.
It's a
I'm like,
big
holy crap! But they're not
Yeah.
cheap. Those things are like $300 each or something ridiculous.
Yeah, like here's a pair of 7,000 milliamp batteries for 50.
Yeah, that's your 19.
Which is a 7 amp hour. But yeah,
you have to get those on Amazon now because you ain't getting those at Lowe's or anywhere else.
Yeah. Ooh, they have the original
12 volt.
No, 19.2 Craftsman non lithium ion. The other one, not the NiCad, the one above. Or you got your lithium, your NiCad, and your other one in the middle.
Metal hydride, yeah, the one on the metal hydride one.
That's what those are, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably just as old too. They don't make them anymore, so they've been sitting on a shelf in a box somewhere for a very long time.
OB 18. Ooh, okay. So 7 amp. I got some of the 9 amp hour ones with my Ryobi stuff, especially for the weed eater. But they got the 8 amp hour ones for if you have Ryobi 18 volt ones.
I just found the 9 amp batteries, $179 for the 9 amp.
Yeah.
And the 6 amp one for $169. I'm like, I'd rather have 2 4 amp ones at $60 a pop. That's $120 versus 1 6 amp for $170 a pop.
Yeah. Yeah. The what's 44? This is a 30. Okay. Yeah. Here's the cheapest. This is a limited time deal. The 8 amp 2-pack for $40. That's $20 a battery.
Does that fit your Craftsman?
No, this fits my Ryobi stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, they did have a 15 amp one that was like really thickly stacked, but that was over $100 for one.
Yeah.
And it's like no. Right now, all I see here, the highest they go is the
4,
the 8 amp. Yeah, they don't have the 9 amp here, and I got 3 of the 9 amps out there. Oh, that's today's Christmas shop. Stuff may change tomorrow.
Oh, wait till January. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the seasons are over. Everybody's done. It's like, got to get rid of them.
What's going to be interesting is going to be Saturday, guys and gals. Craigslist and Marketplace.
Why?
All the gym equipment that's going to be coming up because they bought a better exercise bike, they bought a better little weight bench, or they bought a freestanding rack, and their old stuff is.
They all want what they paid for it because you can't get it vintage. Can't get it anymore. Yeah, it's a year-old vintage. Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be interesting on Saturday. Some may be posting it tomorrow even on the stuff. So if you need to get some exercise equipment, exercise bike, a rower, or whatever, or weights or whatever, may want to start checking, every couple of hours there on Craigslist and Marketplace. I'm going to find. Yeah, that the 18 volt one for that's on Amazon. 18 Ryobi 18.2. I didn't know there was an 18. I thought it was 18 or 40 amp. Interesting. And Prepper 101 came in.
You're not gonna find a 40 amp battery. No,
for $40, it was the two 8 amp batteries.
2 8s, yeah.
Or the 8, but that was just 18 volt, not the 18.2. So
right.
It's over 20 years old. Okay. Yeah, well, you might be surprised. You might find some stuff on Amazon for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for that one. I still got some of my old Makita 7.2s. Yeah. There
was a guy back in Pleasanton, California, that called Mr. Battery. That was you could take the old NiCad and nickel metal hydroxide 19.2 volt Craftsman batteries down to.
You take them apart, put new ones in there.
Take them apart. He would not put the
he put the lithium ions in there.
Yeah, he put lithium ion in it instead.
Right.
So,
but then you got to watch your old chargers because the old chargers were different too.
Yeah.
They put too much turn in there, and you could blow up a lithium battery real quick with the old charger modify. Yeah, there's all kinds of bad stuff going on there.
When I got the ones I got that were the my original ones I got, the 19.2s, were for that type battery. Then when I got a couple of newer ones that had the lithium in it, the charger that came with that had the sensor so you could charge the old batteries or the lithiums. And so those were those chargers worked on both of them until the old ones finally gave up the ghost. But anyways, well, we're going to wrap it up here, folks. So for your prepping, check the ads tomorrow and Saturday on, like I said, on Marketplace and Craigslist for stuff or they don't have room in the house anymore, and they got to get rid of some of their exercise equipment if you need it or so, or weights, whatever. Yeah, my old Black & Decker and my old Porter cables. I mean, I could not find even batteries for those old things. They died. I used them to death. And then my wife bought me the 19.2 Craftsmans. And that was about 35 years ago when I got the first Craftsman ones. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming in, and let me grab this over here real quick. So I'm not going live on tomorrow on Camp Patton. I am going to do the Saturday survival with the After the Super Wildfire event. So that'll be on Saturday. Monday on Camp Patton's going to be best ways to store your harvest. So, and then Tactical Tuesday is going to be winter hiking safety, which was recommended. I can't remember who recommended it now, but it's going to be talking about if you're going to do your winter hiking, things you got to look out for. All right, everyone, have a good night. Stay safe, and we'll see you Saturday for the live streams on Saturday.
Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever you celebrate. I say Merry
It's
Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. And this
Hey.
Happy Holidays is bah humbug. It's
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
For me, it's Merry Christmas.